What's going on? Are you a Raiders fan? Cool, because if you are, I got 10 prospects that every single Raider fan needs to watch during the 2020 NFL Scouting Combine, which begins February 24th at Lucas Oil Stadium, home of the Indianapolis Colts, and there will be over 300 prospects participating. Now, if you're wondering what positions practice or participate when, here's every single one. So for me, I'm definitely watching February 27th. I'm definitely watching the 29th. It's kind of weird saying February 29th. So what are some of the Raiders' biggest needs and what are some of the positions that I'm going to be looking at? I'm going to be looking heavily at the wide receiver position. Major need. Linebacker, our biggest need on defense. And then at number 3, it's cornerback for me. So let's get right into it. The players that I'm going to be watching here, no particular order. I'm starting off, though, with the wide receiver group and a wide receiver in Jeudy out of Alabama. For me, you're going to target him at pick number 12. He is a great athlete, and that's going to show here at the Combine. Actually, I'll just say it, a freak athlete. He's got the burst, agility, speed for days, great yards after the catch. If you're looking for a wide receiver that you can insert on almost any single NFL team, Jeudy's your guy. Now, I've had a debate between him and the wide receiver you're going to see coming up next, but at 6'1", 192 pounds, he's only 20 years old. If you're looking for an all-around wide receiver, Jeudy, in my opinion, is probably the safest option. The number 2 player here that I'm going to be watching, it's CeeDee Lamb, another wide receiver who I would target at pick number 12. Smooth. If you like jazz, here's your guy who's going to be a smooth route runner. He's great at finding the open field, very strong hands, and I would actually argue that I think he's higher up on Mike Mayock and John Gruden's board because of the toughness, because of his physicality. Now, he's not going to light up the Combine, maybe like a Henry Ruggs or maybe like a Jeudy. But if you want a wide receiver who could be like a DeAndre Hopkins at 6'2", 191, who does not want to go down, who just when he gets the football, you got to get a lot of people to tackle him, CeeDee Lamb, that's your dude. And if you guys need some gear, I got you covered. Chatsports.com/Raider shirts. Every single shirt that you see up on screen right now, under $20. Now, if you go to that link, chatsports.com/Raider shirts, I'll put it in the description. I'll put it in the comments so you can click on it. You're going to see a whole bunch of shirts, not just the ones that are showing up on screen. Go get yourself some new Raiders gear. Go get yourself some swag. If you want to look like a football coach just like me, it's what I'm going for today. Going with the John Gruden look, you'll see I got something else up my sleeve. Let's get back into some of these players now. Henry Ruggs, man. Henry Ruggs might be the player that lights up the NFL Combine, because he could be the fastest guy there. I talked to my man Tom Downey, who will be at the Combine, said he could run a 4.2. Hell, said he could beat John Ross's 4.22 40-yard dash. If that happens, Henry Ruggs' draft stock's going to go up. People around the Raiders, NFL communities are going to be like, oh, we need to go out and draft Ruggs. I get it. Some people would argue he's the best wide receiver out of Alabama at age 21, 190 pounds. We know that the Raiders want and need to add outside speed. Henry Ruggs, if you're looking for outside speed, man, I'm telling you what, watch this dude's 40-yard dash. So the top 3 wide receivers, in my opinion, in this year's draft are on screen. Jeudy, CeeDee Lamb, Henry Ruggs. Now, I'm going to make this the pinned comment on today's video. Who would you draft? Jeudy type A, CeeDee Lamb type B, Henry Ruggs type C. Now, for those of you that are watching this on YouTube, you might get hit with an ad break. Scroll on down and let me know who you draft. Next player on my list that I'm talking about that y'all need to watch at the Combine, it's Isaiah Simmons. And if there's one player that I would be okay with the Raiders trading up for right now that's realistic, it's Isaiah Simmons. Your biggest needs, linebacker, cornerback, defense. Let's be real. Our defense is our biggest need. Isaiah Simmons, with his football IQ, would be so much help for this team. You want to talk about a player who's going to be a future captain on any team that he goes on? Isaiah Simmons. Also, I think we all know that the Raiders like to draft players out of Clemson. Player out of Clemson can do it all. Lined up as defensive end, linebacker. Heck, they even put him at cornerback a few times. Dude can do it all. Swiss Army knife. Would love me some Isaiah Simmons. Now, for those of you that don't know this, once we hit 40K subscribers, I guess I should say if we hit 40K subscribers by March, I'm going to throw an NFL draft party. I've already had some people hit me up and ask me about it. This is what you got to do. Tell all your Raider friends to subscribe to the Raiders Report, youtube.com/Raiders Report. And if you want a shout out, the entire month here. We're giving out shout-outs to anybody that subscribes to the show. You just got to let me know that you're subscribed. So go to LaxC72. Appreciate you. Hunter the Punter. Joe, our Nation Sports 1. Angelo Gonzalez. Appreciate the loyal support. Click the big red button that says subscribe and tell all your Raider fans to go check out our channel, keeping you up to date, the latest news and rumors around your Raiders. Let's go now to Kenneth Murray. Linebacker. It is a major, major need for the Raiders. And when I think about the fact that they could be cutting Tahir Whitehead, something I've talked about the last 2 months, and I don't know if they're going to bring back Vontaze Burfict. You're still going to need that impact linebacker. You could get it in Kenneth Murray out of Oklahoma. Murray's smart. And the fact that he played in the Big 12, it already gives him the ability, or I should say experience, going up against teams that are trying to spread you out. In the new NFL, you need somebody that has the ability to cover tight ends. You need the ability to be able to go sideline to sideline. 6'2", 243-pounder, 21 years old. He can tackle. He can cover. But the reason why I'm really watching Kenneth Murray is because I don't know if I'm confident in picking him at number 19. The other linebacker that I don't know if I'm confident in drafting at number 19, he's out of LSU. It's Patrick Queen. Now, I'm a big fan of chess, believe it or not, and I understand the Queen's the most important piece, and Patrick Queen could be the most important piece for our defense if we decide to draft him at 19. But again, I don't know if I feel confident in drafting Kenneth Murray or Patrick Queen at 19, which is why I'm going to be watching both of these guys. Now, he's fast, he's physical, and at 6'1", 227 pounds, you're going to see Queen light up the combine. But he only played 1 year. And at age 20, you see some of the inexperience in some of the big football games. I think Queen's upside's high, but I think Kenneth Murray might be the safer option. So I want you to pick a linebacker. Let's say both are on the board at 19, and let's say you have to pick one. Are you going to go with Kenneth Murray out of Oklahoma? I want you to type M. Or are you going to go with Patrick Queen out of LSU? I want you to type Q. Let's dive in now to some cornerbacks that I'm going to be watching. C.J. Henderson, long, lanky, locates the football well, can track and make the interception. We need to be able to force more turnovers. That's something, obviously, every NFL teams, but especially the Raiders. I do think that he profiles more as a man-to-man corner, and in a Paul Gunther defense that runs a little bit of zone, I am a little bit worried about that. But the fact that C.J. Henderson, to me, has such high upside, because at 6'1", 202, he's a little lanky. If you put some meat on this young man's bones, he could be special. Next one. Christian Fulton. He's everything that I personally want and the number one cornerback. Well built, covers receivers very well. That's really all you need, in my opinion, in a cornerback. Can play man, can play zone. I do think he has that elite upside. But what makes cornerbacks good to great is the IQ. One of the reasons why Richard Sherman's been so good for so long, it's the IQ. He knows what to do. Christian Fulton, you can see it very quickly. He has that smart football IQ. Now, he's not as big as C.J. Henderson, 6 foot, 200 pounds, but he is, I think, a little bit more filled out, and I think he's already ready to go right in and be a contributor to this defense. Doesn't overcommit or get burned, which, oh my Lord, the Raiders desperately need on defense. And again, like I said, he has everything that I want and need in a quarterback one. I also got everything you want and need if you like to bet. I told you, I'm doing my John Gruden impression. So we're getting suited up here with BetDSI, the internet's number one sports book. Go to chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code and Raiders120 for 120% deposit bonus. BetDSI is the internet's number one sports book. So if you want to bet on XFL, you want to bet on NBA, MLB, there is one place to do it and one place only. That's at BetDSI. Yeah. John, if you like the way I look, watch the show. Let's go to Trayvon Diggs, cornerback out of Alabama. Diggs fits the mold of what teams want at the position. And for the Raiders that desperately need depth, here you go, Trayvon Diggs. You're going to be able to see his footwork. I'm telling you right now, you want to see a cornerback that's got some unbelievable footwork, it's Trayvon Diggs. Now, he's not going to light up the combine in terms of like athletic ability or being able to jump out of the page. Jump out the water? I don't know what the expression is. But Diggs' footwork, his cone drills, they're going to attract people. His biggest weakness, though, he just doesn't want to tackle. For a cornerback, I think that's a good... It's not the biggest weakness you could potentially have, but you do need to be able to tackle. And at 6'2", 207, you're going to see that he plays a little bit soft. Now, I talked about 3 cornerbacks. And here on the Raiders Report, It's all about the interaction, and it's about me figuring out what you guys want. So who would you draft if you had to pick a cornerback? Type 1 for C.J. Henderson out of Florida. Type 2 for Christian Fulton out of LSU. And I want you to type 3 for Trayvon Diggs out of Alabama. The cornerback that I want, for me personally, it's number 2 for Christian Fulton, but I'm curious what you guys have to see. Now, the quarterback that I'll be watching, he's coming up right after this YouTube ad. It's Jordan Love, and every single Raider fan needs to be watching Jordan Love out of Utah State. Athletic dude who's going to do well at the Combine, and I'm telling you right now, the hype for Jordan Love is going to grow after the Combine because he's going to run well, he's going to test well, and he's going to show up a lot of these other quarterbacks. He could be the most athletically gifted quarterback that's coming out this year that we'll get to see at the Combine. And at 6'3", he's got athletic traits that you just can't teach. The only thing that I want you to do is I want you to watch 2018 film of Jordan Love, and I want you to watch 2019 film of Jordan Love, because they are very different. But the other thing that I love that Jordan Love has never been able to do is work with NFL caliber wide receivers, which is something you will get to see at the Combine. I'm a big fan of Love. I talked about him on my last video. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Another reason to subscribe to youtube.com/Raiders Report. So should the Raiders draft a quarterback, I want you to type Y for yes, or I want you to type your N for no. Let me know in the comments section. I am still on the fence of no, I don't want the Raiders to draft a quarterback this year. I don't think Derek Carr is our biggest problem. But hey, I see the rumors. I see people talking. But I want to know from you, Y for yes or N for no. So I also want to know, did you watch until the end? If you watched until the end, I appreciate that. We had a lot of fun here today making this video. And I want you to hit me up on Instagram at Mitchell Renz 365. But give me a player that you're going to be watching during the NFL Scouting Combine. Raider Nation, what's going on? Is this the #1 Raiders channel on YouTube? For Chucky Heads, believe it, baby. And if you haven't already, subscribe right here. I'm giving you Chucky Heads, news, rumors, Raider Nation rumors. And look at this, I'm making your life easier. Check out my next video. Thanks for watching, and go Raiders.